Alright, I'm going to call David Mehan, local uh, political member for the entrance. I'm going to call right now.
Office of David Mehan, Peter speaking.
Hi, my name's Jeremy. About a week ago, I sent an email to David. Got a reply about a day ago. He gave me a phone number it says for urgent matters, please call this number.
Yep, what was your last name, Jeremy?
Martin, Martin.
Pardon?
Martin, Martin.
Jeremy Martin.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, and what can we give you a hand with?
Okay, I'll try to be as quick as I can. 3 years ago, I had to go public with my role in the intelligence field. Now, there's a lot of very bad people who have wanted me for a very long time. Now, I went public to try and set the record straight over a bunch of things. I knew what might happen. There's a lot of bad people who work for the Australian government who have been after me. I knew what might happen, and what might happen did happen. I was targeted by a network of extreme and purely evil corruption in the New South Wales police force, working in tandem with multiple government departments. For 3 years, I've been harassed. I've been repeatedly framed, attacked. A lot of horrific things have been done to me. Not just me. A retired Australian diplomat has also been targeted over this. I went into this prepared. I've documented everything for 3 years. I have almost 100 gigabytes of files. I've got camera footage of everything they've done to me. I've got confessions on camera. I've got piles of documents, almost 100 gigabytes of files. I have several gigabytes of with me, sample files of really damning evidence. Now, I've contacted every government watchdog agency over 3 years. I have been messed with. I've been every step of the way. I've been messed with, and I've documented it all, everything they've done. I've just recently contacted the ICAC again. They referred me to try and speak to David over this. My claims.
They referred you to here?
Yeah, basically, I need to stress this is really important. Is I'm out of time. On Wednesday, I'm supposed to go to court again. I've gone to one kangaroo court after another where the police force are making up lies about me, framing me, setting thugs to attack me, and it's all repeatedly on record. I want to give him a copy of some of this corruption and what has been done to me. Look, they've tried to kill me several times already and failed. They're incompetent to hell. I need to get this information out. I've sought political protection. No one's brave enough to help me. They go through the files, they see the footage, and they realize rampant corruption in broad daylight with no fear of getting caught. So I've got a lot of people who will back these files up far away. The data's all safe, but I'm in imminent danger. In a couple of days, I have absolutely no hope of any rule of law in court. They do this over and over again, and I don't know what else to do. So I've been referred to speak to David about this and to give him some of the data I've got.
Okay, alright. Now I have seen your email here.
Yeah.
Are you happy to send through the email with the information?
There's a lot of data, so I've got it on two DVDs. Just the introduction of data. I've got on two DVDs I have with me right now. I could hand them in person if I can. It's a lot of data. It's a bit too much to send digital files over email or internet. I'm talking like 3 or 4 gigabytes.
Sure. Well, look, David's not actually in today or tomorrow. He is in Sydney. He's not in on Monday either. He will be in Sydney. If you want to hand a person to him, I'm not sure if he'll be in the office with constituents until next Wednesday.
I can organise a download link if that's or if.
Yeah, that'll work.
There's nowhere I can hand this in personally. His office isn't open or anything. I could hand this. I could hand this to you.
His staff will be here, but he will not be.
Yeah, I could just hand it's probably easy if I just hand these 2 DVDs to you today. I can do that if that's all right.
Okay.
I'd rather do that than give you like a link on the internet, so you've actually got a hard copy of things.
Sure.
I have no idea with the offices that I could hand it into. Yeah.
Yep, so it's in the entrance.
Yeah, like on the main road.
Yep.
Okay.
It's on the main strip there.
Okay. Do you know if it's on the east or west side? That'll probably help.
It's on the eastern side near the KFC.
Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, I'll be able to find it from there. Okay. Look, what I've said. It's might sound a bit far-reaching, but yeah, I've got all the piles of documents. I've got witnesses, everything to back it up. So, please be consider that that I really am in a dire situation. So anyway, I'll hand this in as soon as I can today.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. My name's Jeremy. You might have been on spoke to earlier on the phone. Yeah, I was on. Yeah, here's 2 DVDs.
Okay.
And this is not just a common civil matter.
Mm-hmm.
This is a matter of state, national, international security. There's extreme government corruption going on.
Okay.
People in Wong Shire are being kidnapped, tortured, mutilated, and murdered for reporting corruption.
Okay.
There's a lot of very bad things going on behind the scenes, and there's just a sample of 3 years of documenting 100 gigabytes. So there's probably like 3 or 4 gigabytes there total out of 100 gigabytes, almost 100 gigabytes.
Okay.
I'm not the only victim here. Other high-level people like an retired Australian diplomat has also been targeted. All these things I say are true and extensively backed up. I will likely be dead in a few days if something isn't done. So this is a very serious matter.
Sure. You said you have a court date coming up?
Yeah, on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Okay. Well, I can make sure David looks at this before that day, and we'll get in touch with you and give you a phone call on Monday. Is that okay?
That's possible, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. What's
yeah.
your phone number?
43
43
34
34
27
27
17.
17.
Now, if I don't answer, I will call straight back if I'm home. I can't directly answer phone calls at the moment because I have received repeating government threats trying to scan from home so they can come after me again. So I keep setting thugs off to me. So if you ring me up, thanks. And I'll ring straight back if I'm home.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Well, I'm happy to do that, and I'll get David to look over there as well.
Thank you. University, as I said before, I've been through a series of kangaroo reports. A lot of others have. Absolutely no rule of law around here whatsoever. Most people don't get to see it, but when you're someone like me who's actually a whistleblower, the true colours come out. All the documents have been backed up. I've got. I'm actually a member of this. Sorry.
Do you have your own copies of this?
There's plenty of copies. There's a lot where all that came from, and it's all been backed off. So that's not just like a single copy that if you lose it. Oh no. All the data's been backed up. So no matter what happens to me, it's all going to be going public anyway. Those documents there show my extreme patience in trying to report this from one government agency to the other, being attacked, framed repeatedly, covered up evidence every step of the way. Just to give you a brief, I was attacked the other day by thugs, and they're desperate. They've become really desperate in the last month. thugs hanging around outside my home, threatening to do things to me, vandalising my property. I came out and I defended my property. I didn't hurt anyone. I disabled them, pinned them down the ground, made them stop. Police have just made up lies about it. I've got the footage on there to prove that the police are adamantly lying through their teeth in court red-handedly. But this happens, it goes through courts. You would not believe the things they accuse me of. They accuse me of being an ISIS member. Obviously I'm not an ISIS member. They accuse me of being a fairy, a vampire and a werewolf at the same time. They threaten me with 10 years in prison, but that's how this stuff actually goes through the courts. It actually does. And then if someone investigates, they just swap documents from it. This is regular basis.
All I can do today, mate, was able to go this
So,
week, and he's
just
already,
so
I've already spoken to him about it
Yeah.
this morning, and he said he's going to give you a phone call on Monday.
Yeah, but I just wanted to express
Yeah.
the seriousness of the situation. I normally don't interfere with political side of things. I more deal with government departments who do, like I do a lot of whistleblowing and a lot of things. But I do normally stay away from the political side of things. I just deal with government departments because that's where most of the corruption really is.
Well, I appreciate
So I come here out of desperation.
And
I don't
all
want
we
to.
can do for now is just look at this, and then David will give you a phone call.
Yeah, feel free to look at it while we wait until see what.
Thank you
There's an on DVD too. There's what happened recently, and you can see how I'm being framed, and that I'm urgently need by political asylum.
Okay.
But that's on DVD too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Please leave a message.
Hey, Jeremy, David Mehan, I'm the state member for the entrance. Just.
Oh, hello.
Oh, how are you?
Hi, yeah. I just had to answer my phone. Thanks for calling.
It's okay.
Did you read my email?
Yes, I did. And my staff had a look through this, some of the stuff you sent through.
Some of the DVD, yeah. There's plenty more that came from it. So I'm sorry that wasn't very organised, but it was the best I could do at the time. But there was a sample. There was a sample on the second disc, relating to a recent attack. I had the police try to run me over 2 days ago. This is a common occurrence. Yes, this happens over and over again. There's a long story of extreme crimes and harassment going on. I have absolutely no hope of rule of law. This has been going on over and over for 3 years, and I'm not the only victim here.
Sure. What's your current situation there with your housing rental? I understand from them that they've got you before the tribunal.
I don't know. No. Look, I've not. They just make things up as they go. Basically, they just tried to take me to court over 3 years of lies. I brought piles and piles of evidence with me. I went to the court. They didn't even turn up. They abandoned their case. The judge left me in an empty room all day while he frantically tried to get someone else to fill in and be my imaginary accuser for the day. I showed piles of damning evidence I grilled them for an hour and a half. They had nothing to say and just pretended I never said anything and just went through their entrapment of me regarding my car. I can't go near my car because police come around arresting me for going near my car over things that have never happened. I get terrorist threats. It's all on record. They've framed and entrapped me for 3 years from every angle. And one of the angles is to try and entrap me through my car by not letting me access my car and trying to pull technicalities on me. As for housing and some kind of legal tribunal, I have no idea. I haven't heard of any new tribunal, but they just tried this before and they didn't even turn up to court. I'm supposed to be going into court in 2 days against being a thug attack. Yeah.
It is before the tribunal. It's not a court. It's just a tribunal.
I haven't had a chance to. I'm actually I've been charged for affray and assault over things that never happened, and it's all on the footage to show that it's all a big lie. But I have absolutely no hope of rule of law. I've done this over and over and over, and the courts are entirely corrupt, multiple courts, and I'm not the only victim, and I've got piles of evidence to prove it. I was previously kidnapped and tortured, extensively tortured. I'm very sick. I'm in a lot of pain, nausea, and fatigue because of everything I've done.
Just 1 second, I've got a call coming in.
Yeah.
On my mobile.
Yeah.
Hello, David. Was Thursday night. Okay, well, I'll check the account. It hasn't yet. Alright, I'll check again. Thank you. Bye. Sorry,
That's
Jeremy.
okay. That's it.
So the matter that's on this Wednesday, let's confirm, it's the Housing Tribunal, isn't it?
No, this is to do with police protecting
Court, local court.
Wyong Court, where I am
Wyong
being
Court.
charged for assault and affray for defending myself against constant thug attacks orchestrated by the New South Wales Police Force and Housing New South Wales Wyong, all heavily documented over 3 years. I have absolutely no hope of rule of law. You just go through the files and you'll see.
I mean, I saw, we've got an impression from the information you sent through to us. I mean, my concern is, are you turning up to court on your own, or are you going to try and get some help from legal
I
aid?
haven't had. Look, I've tried legal aid in the past. I've been messed around by one government department after another. I've been screwed over. After they kidnapped and tortured me and all that, I tried legal aid, and they ran me around. They turned me down. In an emergency situation, I tried for months and months, and they messed around for months. I had a previous representation from a legal aid lawyer once, who tried to physically restrain me from making a defence and speaking, and tried to threaten me to go along with it. So you see what's going on there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've tried everything.
Lawyers just try and do the speaking themselves in court, and they don't need you to.
No, they represent my accusers. Okay, they represent my accusers, and this is not an isolated case. I've tried the Ombudsman. I've tried the Police Integrity Commission. I think I gave some files on that. I think I may have. Yeah. I've tried everything.
Do you have family on the coast?
I don't speak to my family. I experienced a lot of child abuse when I was younger, and when I went public in 2013, it was my family who encouraged the police to harass me, and that's what gave them they thought that they could get away with it, and then I started documenting everything they did, and they realised they've got themselves into a pretty much of a bind, so they kept doing it, trying to make me disappear under the table. Because I can't hold evidence.
Do they live on the Central Coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know, I haven't spoken to them for several years, but I'm pretty sure they are.
So you're on your own there? You don't have a partner?
Yeah, I'm on my own, and I don't have any legal assistance. I've already tried, and I got screwed over, and I've got messed around and denied. But as far as unless the police come and try and do something to me again before the court case, I intend to turn up alone, but I have absolutely no hope of the rule of law whatsoever.
Well, it really depends what you did. I mean, I don't know what you did.
Look, it's pretty
you've
clear.
been charged with assault, you either did it or you didn't.
Well, it's pretty clear. It's on the files, and you can see what the police are accusing me of, and they do this every day. It'll lie after lie after lie, and it doesn't matter how much footage I have. They can just say that I did this or I did that, and then I say, look, here's the footage of the whole thing, proving that they are complete lies, and the courts just pretend it never happened, and then they make all these bizarre legal orders to entrap me with from every angle.
So the matter on Wednesday, you're accused of assaulting a policeman, or
no? I'm accused of affray and assaulting two men who attacked me and who have repeatedly attacked me, and it's all on record extensively. I mean, look, I've got in the files I gave you, I've got terrorist threats and everything in that, and nothing has ever been done. I've got documents where I'm accused of being a terrorist, but they just reverse the roles. What they do, just like they did to Peter Byrne, the retired Australian diplomat who's done a runner, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know. They do the same thing to him, where they commit a crime to you, they do some horrible things to you, and then they just turn everything upside down, and then try and say that you did what was done to you. You understand what I mean? This is what they do every step of the way. Yeah. This hasn't gone through just one set of courts. This has gone through multiple types of courts. Extreme corruption every step of the way, all documented. So I've had
on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that you were provoked or attacked by the other fellows?
I have been for 3 years. And it's all the footage that I on the attack footage that I gave on the CD2 shows that crystal clear. I've got examples of it. After, if you go, it goes for about 15 minutes. At the start of it, it shows.
Yeah, you must have had a look at it.
Yeah, it shows a dialogue of the attack itself, showing crystal clear that I'm acting in self-defense. And if that isn't clear enough, after that bit of piece of footage at the start, couple of minutes, it shows some other recordings beforehand, showing the constant harassment, provocation.
The recording you sent me, does that relate to this Wednesday's matter? Is it that incident, or is it just an example from another incident?
The attack on CD2 is the incident in question. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But CD1 and some of the other files on CD2 they relate to evidence that I've previously given courts. There's really damning evidence there. In fact, I showed the judge that terrorist threats on footage. He only allowed me to see what.
Sure. Look, I mean, the judge isn't going to be interested in that, and it's a magistrate. It's not a judge.
Well, you see, I've gone through this. I've gone through this over and over and over in courts, and I'm not the only one.
Concentrate only on the matter at hand, which is the one assault which happened on the one day. Now, if you've got video evidence,
it never gets looked at. It never gets looked at. It happens over and over again.
Talking like this when they're trying to say something to you. That's why. Now, I'd suggest you contact legal aid and suggest to them that you've got some specific video evidence for Wednesday.
I have already done this over and over and over again for 3 years, and they pretend it never happened. They pretend I never contacted them, and when they do, they give me the runaround and my documents disappear. This has been going on for 3 years.
Well, maybe I could give them a call and they might give you a ring today.
That's 2 days I've got until a court case. They usually take several months.
Well, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, you need to reduce the volume of material that you're trying to get people to look at to the specific incidents that you've been charged with.
Well,
now, if you've got video from the day you were charged, I mean, that should be very strong if it's as you say you didn't do anything wrong.
But see, I do this. I go to these courts and I do this and I show footage, and it never happened. You understand that it never happened, and so I can just compile history of footage alongside present footage, and I just keep doing it just like I did here. I've given you an example of the very attack on the day, and I've given additional footage alongside it. And there's absolutely no question here what's going on. And
what was the date of the matter that you've been charged for? So you've been caught on Wednesday. What was the date?
It was the 11th of November.
So Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
So they allege you assaulted two of the other fellows there.
Yeah.
And your video shows them assaulting you first.
It shows me. It shows me from the start. Before I even open my door, I respond to someone yelling obscenities outside, and I say, "Are you speaking to me?" And what are you trying to say? And they. You can hear very clearly that this man has been outside my home abusing me and saying all kinds of nonsense, and then challenging me to a fight,
right.
And it shows on you can hear on the recording that I went out to meet him in self-defense of my property and the attacks against me previously. I went out to meet him, and he was the one that attacked me multiple times. I pinned him down. I tried to tell him, "Have you learned your lesson? Are you going to stop? I've got you without hurting you. Are you going to stop?" And he's saying, "No, I'm never going to stop." And then he comes at me again and again. Now, after that, I show some backstory of what happened before that and what happens all day, every day, of the constant threats. They sit outside my home all day, every day, encouraged by and protected by police, harassing me, threatening me, vandalizing my property. This goes on all day, every day.
All right.
So there's no...
Look, I'll have a talk to legal aid and I'll see if they can get somebody to help you for Wednesday. What time are you? It's at 10 o'clock you're supposed to appear?
I think it's 9:30 somewhere.
Tell me the matter number.
From the police...
You got it?
From the police documents, I can get them.
No, you should have a court attendance notice.
All I have is the police documents that the police gave me that I have to turn up to 1 quarter at a certain date. That was the date that I was arrested.
Is there a number on there? A matter number?
I'll just go get them 1 sec.
Exactly.
Okay. I've got them on digital file, one sec. Okay, just go through here. Here's a court attendance notice.
Yes.
CNI number.
Yeah, whatever it is. CNI?
CNI number, yeah, I that might be it. Do you want me to tell you the number?
Yeah.
722
722
827
827
780.
780. Okay, and it's 9:30 Wednesday.
Just let me find the time, one sec. Which document? Oh, the other one. I'll find which document that says the time. There's like plenty of files here, but I just need to find the time of it. One local court, 30th day of December. It doesn't show the time, where is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find where it says the
Yeah,
time.
that's fine. Sure.
There we go. You must appear at the Wyong local court at 9:30 a.m. on the 30th day of November
Yeah,
2016.
okay, cool. Alright, well look,
But well, I'm
I'm
not
going
doing.
to give
Yeah.
Legal Aid a call, see if they'll, well, it's the Central Coast Legal Aid Centre, which is different to Legal Aid. I'll give them a call, see if they'll give you a ring.
But please understand that there's no rule of law here. There's a long history of no rule of law. Extremely corrupt courts and
If
corrupt police
you
agencies.
go into the event, the court on Wednesday with that refrain, you're not going to get anywhere.
Well, look, I have piles of documents of extreme corruption where I'm being framed over and over.
Sure. I understand.
And all these documents are going public. They've been backed up in multiple safe locations.
Yeah, okay, and you can still do that, Jeremy, but when you go to court on Wednesday, you need to nail everything down to that one.
Yeah, and I've got the.
And if you divert from that, or if you, and I know it's hard sometimes, we all like to bring other matters up, but if you go wider than the actual event, it'll just go against you. You know?
Hence why I've got a recording of the whole thing and that 15-minute
that's
video
great, and
that starts with that.
I think that should be helpful for you. So I'm going to give Central Coast Community Legal Centre a call and ask them to call you. They might want me to get you to call them. But let me check with them first. The other thing I wanted to ask you was, have you had a call yet from Central Coast local health district yet?
No, and I'll have no bearing. I've been away from home because I'm constantly harassed every day. My life is in imminent danger. I will have nothing to do with any so-called mental health bullshit because this is what I need to report to you. Whenever you report police corruption or government corruption, they label you with imaginary mental illnesses. They don't need to explain. They just use the words mental illness. They don't need a warrant. They can come and take you violently, shoot you, kill you, whatever they need to. And they take you away to a psychiatric facility where you are electrocuted in the head. They inject you with deadly neurotoxins and mutilate you until you change your story. This is a rampant scenario here in the Central Coast. There have been multiple recent news stories over this because of the pile-up of victims. Now,
Sure.
I will have nothing to do with New South Wales Health.
Ask a question. Okay,
Yes, but look, I've been kidnapped and tortured by these people. I've got confessions of them admitting to lying on camera, everything. There is absolutely no rule of law here. I'm going to a court that is entirely corrupt. It has a history of it that has already framed an Australian diplomat in the exact same way, the exact same stories. So I'm not dealing with a functional legal system
Okay,
here.
I'm not asking you to. I just asked you a question. You've answered it. Okay,
But please understand,
you haven't heard from them.
I haven't heard from them yet, but I haven't been home to check. But as far as so I wouldn't.
And you don't want to talk to them, is what you're telling me. Which
That's
is
right.
fine. Have you heard from housing about your tenancy?
Look, I just sent. I haven't been home to know. I keep sending them footage of what goes on, and they keep pretending I don't. They just keep they are entirely corrupt. I've got piles of documents. You guys have examples. I've got 16 samples going over 3 years. That's just a sample, and it's a sizable sample of Housing New South Wales working with the New South Wales Police Force.
I understand that. They usually send a letter out if there's something to do with your tenancy. Have you got any recent letters from them about your tenancy?
I don't know.
So when you go away, where do you go?
I go wherever I can. I've tried everywhere. What happens is I show people the evidence. At first they're like, oh, okay, you've got a really strong case here, and then they see that there's absolutely no rule of law. They do this in plain sight, and they get scared, and they don't want to be a victim too. And they might offer to back up my documents for me and everything, but they're too scared to publicly speak about it.
No, I hear that. So you told me you went away, over the weekend?
I've been away as much as I can ever since the 11th.
Yeah, so were you away over the weekend?
I've been away as much as I can.
Where do you go?
I go wherever I can.
Okay.
I've been all around the state, searching for political protection.
Sure.
But please, this is the point here: is that there is the law is compromised, the legal system is compromised. Okay, the government, police, and the courts are compromised, and there's no function of rule of law here. So trying to play the system that is already turning a blind eye to evidence and framing me repeatedly and others, that's just basically, it's like throwing me into a lion's den and saying, oh, we told the lion to play nice. It doesn't work that way. I need political protection, and I need the rule of law.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do to help you.
You don't do that by legal aid. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't take, that's common sense. The problem here is that the legal system is entirely compromised, and I have absolutely no hope of any rule of law in this court. And if I do manage to somehow escape from this court, I have a pile up of other lies that they've made up against me.
Sure.
And a pile up of other imminent court cases and legal orders and nonsense. It's all lies.
Well, let's try and focus on one thing at a time.
Yes.
You need to turn up on Wednesday. I'll try and get Kieran, your legal centre, to give you a hand, and I'll call you back later on this morning about that. Now, housing, you haven't heard from them at all, so you don't know what the status of your tenancy is? Nor will I acknowledge anything from Housing New South Wales. I want them shut down, and I want everything they've done nullified. It's all lies. They're your landlord, so you can't really.
Yes, I can, because I've got a pile. I've got a pile of.
Out.
Well, they're going to have to kick me out by force because I've got all the documents to defend myself with. Okay, I have self-defense laws here, and I have all the documents to prove it. There is nothing legal or legitimate about what they're doing. It's all lies, and it's all entrapment. What are they doing? Did you say so? Okay, they for 3 years they've been sending me legal order threats and eviction threats, all kinds of things over things that never happened. They're using a terrorist and other thugs to harass me, and then just make up stories and say that I harassed them. I give them footage over and over. You guys have got the files to show. There's no question here. They stand outside my home all day laughing at me and taunting me and threatening me and vandalising my property. Not just other people that live there, other thugs as well. Police buddy thugs. I've got piles of terrorist threats on camera, you name it. And I've never done a single thing wrong. And I'm not the only victim. The same exact series of events happened with Peter Byrne, who's a retired Australian diplomat. The same thing happened to him, and he was repeatedly framed in court just as I am.
Sure. Well, let me give make some calls and I'll give you a ring back. Are you going out this morning?
Yeah, I spend all my time away, but if I'm not home, I'll call back and
Well, I'll try and ring back in the next half hour. How about that?
Thank you.
All right.
Please leave a message.
Hello?
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 Hello.
Is that Jeremy?
Yes it is.
Hi Jeremy, my name's Mark. I'm calling from the Central Coast Community Legal Centre. How are you?
Hey, not very good. My life is in imminent danger.
Do you
Yeah.
have a moment to talk with me?
A moment, yeah.
Okay, great. So I've got an email here from David Mehan, who I think is been
Yeah.
helping you with some difficulties that you're experiencing at the moment.
I spoke to him earlier today.
Okay, great. Well, he sent an email to us asking us to get in contact with you. I have a couple of... there's one, if you've got a pen and paper handy.
Yeah, I've got one here. Let's get it.
Right. Okay,
Just need
so
it.
as I understand it, there's two concerns for you.
There's one main concern. Basically, I'm a target. In 2013, I went public with my role in the intelligence field, and I've been targeted ever since by a network of extreme corruption. And I've been targeted.
It's quite hard for me to understand
Okay.
you.
Okay. In 2013, I went public with my role in the intelligence field and a lot of whistleblowing I've been involved in. I had to go public for reasons. I've been targeted by a network of extreme corruption within the New South Wales government, police force,
I
and
can't understand much of that, Jeremy. So I'm gonna stop the call. I'm gonna call you back and see whether it improves. All right. So
Okay.
just bear with me a moment. Sorry,
Okay.
Jeremy.
Hello? I'm good. Alright, I'm back.
It's a little bit better. We'll see how we go.
Okay.
As I mentioned, and I know you were trying to explain to me, but as I understand, there's two issues that you need to deal with. One is in relation to some police charges, which are coming up very shortly on the 30th, and the other is in relation to some tenancy issues.
It's all the one issue.
Right.
It's all lies. There is absolutely no rule of law whatsoever. I'm the target of extreme corruption. I have 100 gigabytes of files that will bring down the whole bloody government. Piles and piles of evidence. I've got confessions on camera. This has gone through one court after another. I have piles of evidence. They have no defense. They lie and lie. There's no confusion here. It is black and white, crystal clear, as it always has been. My life is in imminent danger. I had another attempt on my life 2 days ago. There's absolutely no rule of law, and that is the key here. I am going to court with absolutely no rule of law, with a long history of these very courts framing myself and other people, including a retired Australian diplomat.
So just making some notes as we talk, Jeremy.
Yep. If I thought there was any rule of law here, I would be glad to continue offering all these documents and footage. But I keep doing it, and they just turn a blind eye, and they just make lies up about me, fraudulent documents, make up stories, and make legal orders over them. This has been going on for 3 years. I've been documenting everything for 3 years, heavily. There's no function in any court whatsoever. I've been through multiple courts and so have other victims of this.
Alright. So, I'm sorry to hear that you're frustrated with how it's been going on. In terms of the court appearance on Thursday...
Wednesday, I think it is the 20th.
Wednesday?
The 30th, I mean. Yeah.
No, it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's probably appropriate that you seek an adjournment to enable you to get legal advice.
I can't contact anybody. I get attacked. I get attacks on my life and it's all documented. Do you understand me? I can't contact anyone. I'm on the run. Do you understand? There is no rule of law here. I'm being framed and entrapped on every angle, and I have piles of documents. I'm on the run with documents. I've uploaded them on the internet to contacts I have overseas. Should I disappear? Do you understand the dire situation I'm in? I can't contact anyone myself. I've tried and tried for 3 years, and I've documented what happens. I get attacked every time I try.
Alright, I can only help you with the legal process that you're currently going through. And so with that court appearance that's coming up on Wednesday, an adjournment is the most appropriate way to
if that's even possible. I can't do anything from here. I'm on the run. Until I can guarantee on my personal safety and the rule of law, I am on the run until then. And I'm rightfully so. I can't personally ask for an adjournment because I can't speak to anyone. I've tried and tried and tried for 3 years and they just pretend it never happened. So if I can do it through a lawyer or something, then sure, but I can't do anything myself. I can't do anything directly. It puts my life in danger.
Have you contacted legal aid at all?
Yes, I contacted in 2014. I was twice actually.
Right.
The first time I actually got screwed over by them. They physically threatened me if I tried to make.
There's been a lot going on.
Yeah,
but we need to.
I've tried. Yes.
Not that I don't care about what's happened previously, but it's my job to try and help you with what's happening right now.
Yes, I have tried. I have tried legal aid. I went through legal aid twice before. The first time they threatened me to shut up and go along with it, and they tried to physically stop me from making a defense. The second time I was run around for months, and I documented all that what they did. They gave me a runaround for months, and then they refused my application on a false claim that they made against me. So I've tried all this. I've tried the Ombudsman. I've tried the Police Integrity Commission. This has been going on 3 years. I just went to the ICAC. I've gone through everything. So yes, I've tried legal aid.
All right. Well, I think the most appropriate thing for you to do
Is adjournment.
Seek an adjournment to get further legal advice.
Is there any way I can't contact anyone personally because it puts my life in danger? Is there any way I can do that through proxy?
You would need to attend court to be able to do that.
So I have to go to court on the 30th and then ask for an adjournment?
That's right. That's right. You want an adjournment to seek legal advice.
Will they give that to me though?
Yes. I can't answer definitely in those circumstances, but courts will encourage people to seek legal advice. So if you ask for an adjournment for legal advice, they may consider granting you one.
And yeah, may consider. So basically, I'm playing Russian roulette with my life against people who have already kidnapped and tortured me and are trying to do it.
Roulette, it's just that I'm not the judge, so I can't.
Yes, and I've already been. Yeah, I've.
What the response
These people have already kidnapped and extensively tortured me and framed me from every angle. Okay, I've been extensively tortured by these people, and here they are taking me to court again in another court with a long series of corruption in the court in these very courts, right? And I'm going to ask for an adjournment.
We still need to try to resolve this.
I can ask for it, but pretty much going that you asked me to put my basically. I am playing Russian roulette. I don't see how this isn't clear. These people have already kidnapped and extensively tortured me. They don't follow the law in any shape or form. They make it up as they go, and I've got all the documents to prove it. So I will go there, I will ask for adjournment, and they will just do whatever they want to do, with no concern for the rule of law. This is the problem here. There is no rule of law. I need political asylum. That's what I need. So your advice is that all I can do is go up and ask for an adjournment.
Well, that enables you to then get legal advice about those proceedings.
Which I've already tried and they turn me down.
Right.
I've repeatedly asked and they turn me down. And they don't, and it's to the point where they pretend that I've never even contacted them. It never happened.
I think that that's all the assistance I can give you in regards to that criminal matter that's coming up on Wednesday.
That's pretty much it. Just ask for an adjournment, and that's it.
Yes, and that can enable you to then seek further legal
Which I don't have access to and will never have access to.
Well, we may be able to give you legal advice at that point. So that's why I would encourage you to seek an adjournment so you can seek legal advice
Okay.
at court on Wednesday. But unfortunately, you're not able to do that through a proxy. You need to front up to court and have your appearance and make that request for an adjournment. The second one that David had put in the email was in relation to a neighbourhood dispute that's been ongoing for a while now. Is that in relation to Department of Housing property?
Yes,
is that right?
yes, it is.
Yes.
And as I said, it's all the same issue. My home and my property is repeatedly vandalised. I receive terrorist threats every day. There's no confusion over this. I've got documents and footage showing of me giving them the footage over and over, and them lying about it and saying, and then sending me legal order threats over and over and over for the very crimes that are being committed to me. They're entirely corrupt. I've got footage of bring the whole New South Wales wine should be shut down completely and completely replaced. All the footage I've got is extremely damning. But
we need to deal with the here and now.
Yeah, and so there's another hearing then, is there?
No, the here and now.
Yeah. But what's
history? But we need to try and deal with the dispute that you've got going on at the moment.
Well, the dispute is the Housing New South Wales Wyong and the New South Wales Police Force are working in tandem and have been for 3 years to harass me through third party of thugs, and then using their false reports to repeatedly send me legal order threats in the mail. And there's no evidence behind their claims. It's all lies. I've been entrapped over my car, and there's nothing I can do about it because if I go in my car, I'll get terrorist threats, and it's on record. So I'm entrapped. I'm entirely entrapped. There's nothing I can do.
Right. So if you're having difficulties in terms of that property, there's a specialist advisory service that deals with tenants that may be able to provide.
Is it a sub-component of Housing New South Wales? Because I've contacted everyone over 3 years.
No, they're not part of Housing New South Wales. They're like us.
And what if my harasser is Housing New South Wales? And what if my harasser and the criminal is Housing New South Wales? And they're just lying about everything, and they've been doing it through the courts over and over and caught red-handed when they are the criminals. What do I do about reporting them as the criminals? Because I've tried this over and over. I've reported it to every watchdog agency imaginable, and I get threatened for the trouble. So what do I do when they are the criminals?
I want to help you with the disputes that you've got on foot. So if you're being harassed, then the police are appropriate party to contact.
Yes, and do you get what I'm saying? The police, contact the police. The police are the ones, the main one behind it. I've reported it to the police. You know what they do? They come to my door with guns. On record. They kidnap me and they torture me. On record. So I can't contact the police. I've already contacted the police. I've contacted everybody. So if you can give me the details, then fine. But I can't contact them because I've already tried. And I've got it all on document, and I've all my documents so that I can't. The only thing I can do is work through proxy. I can't contact anyone. I've tried everything, and this puts my life in danger. And I've got all the documents to prove that it does. I need the third party legal proxy to contact agencies with. I can't do it directly.
Well, I would encourage you to contact the Central Coast Tenancy and Advisory Service.
Okay, I'll write that central.
In their area, and they seem like an appropriate organisation to help you with your housing dispute. So I'm just going to pop you on hold and grab that number for you, Jeremy.
Okay,
and I'll be right back with you. All right, mate?
Okay. so ridiculous. Central Coast Tenancy Advisory Service.
Hey there, Jeremy.
Yes, I'm here.
Alright, so I've got a number for...
The Central Coast Tenancy Advisory Service?
Yeah, the Tenancy Advice Service. So, their number is 4353
4353
55
55
15.
15. Yeah, that's for housing. And the other thing is just the attack. I should go to turn up on the 30th and ask for an
adjournment to
Us.
seek legal advice. Right.
I just wrote the
But I would really encourage you to get in contact with legal aid. I've got a number for them in Gosford if that would help.
I already contacted them repeatedly.
Yeah.
And over all this going on, and this since 2014, and they've run me around in circles over and over again. They end up admitting that they left my application on the shelf and refused to process it. They begged me not to take it further. Then they threatened me. Then they just pretended that I never gave it to them in the first place. And any time to try to attempt to contact them ended up.
Maybe you could try the Newcastle office if you're not confident with.
I'll try Gosford again, and I'll document document my attempt at doing so. So ask for adjournment for. Sorry, what was the attack? Ask for adjournment to seek legal
advice. And then I've got two numbers here for legal aid.
Yeah, I just legal. One sec.
You're all right.
Nice. Okay, legal aid. Two numbers. Yep.
So I've got 4324.
4324.
5611.
5611.
Right, so that's for Gosford. Now, in Newcastle, they've got a crime unit or a mob that specialises in crime. So the number that you can contact them on is 49 29 54 82. Right, so as I said, I think it's important that you go to court on Wednesday and seek an adjournment for legal advice. And then I think legal aid would be a great place to start to try and get you some help for this current matter that's going on at the moment. I know that you've had bad experiences previously, but I still think you should try and get in contact with them to help you with this current one.
Okay.
Alright?
Thank you for your phone call.
That's alright. I'll give you the number here.
Yep.
It's
Basically, yes, sir.
4353 49 88.
And what's the name of
So we're the Central Coast Community Legal Centre.
Central Coast?
So we don't do representation, which is why we can't come along with you to court on Wednesday. Yeah, I'll give you that number just in case you need to reach out to us again. All right.
So if I'm being targeted for political reasons, right, and I have piles of documents to prove it, and I put piles of documents to prove that there's no rule of law, that I'm being framed and entrapped, and there have been multiple attempts on my life, and I need political protection, would this be pretty much your advice, what you've just given me? That's it?
I can't give advice on that information.
Okay.
On that.
Do you know who can?
Look, I don't know.
So basically, when someone is a victim of extreme political corruption and assassination attempts, you name it, there is absolutely no. Would you agree that there's absolutely no government service, no government protection from this whatsoever?
Look, I don't know. It's very hard without having considered some of the claims. There is a refugee advice centre that might be able to give you some help.
That'd be for refugees overseas, not for Australians.
Political asylum is a form of refuge.
Yes, but not from this government. It's for other. It'd be for overseas.
Well, that's right. So it would be very challenging to try to, and I don't know that there would be any services in Australia that provide political asylum from Australia.
So would you advise that I leave Australia?
No, I wouldn't. I'm not giving any advice around that. All I can do is deal with the matter now, and that one is the one in court on Wednesday. So I hope you'll go and request an adjournment and then seek some further legal advice and legal aid. Also that issue with your tenancy. So I'd encourage you to try that tenancy advice service, because they have the best interests of the tenant is their primary concern.
So I'll probably try and contact
you to seek out some assistance from both of those organisations.
So I'll probably contact the Newcastle one, since there's a lot of crime involved, as you mentioned.
Might be a good idea. They might send you back down to Gosford, but I just thought if you've had trouble with Gosford, maybe it's worth trying to go from scratch.
I mean, I didn't just try Gosford. I tried down Sydney as well. They had their some main office down Sydney, and they're even worse.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, if they protect the government. If I have a claim against the government, legal aid won't help me. They will screw me over because they serve the government.
All right. Well, I'll leave you with those contact details, Jeremy.
Okay.
And I wish you all the best with it.
Thank you. I need more than a miracle. What I need good people to stand up against government corruption and expose this.
All the best, Jeremy.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Press 1 for all criminal law and police matters. Press 2 for all family law matters and
Let's try this again. German. Do the tenancy. Okay.
Welcome to the Newcastle Legal Aid Office. Press 1 for all criminal law and police matters. Press 2 for all family law matters and matters involving community services. Press 3 for all civil law matters. To hear these options again, please press 4. The criminal law section of the Newcastle Legal Aid Office.
Good afternoon, Legal Aid. How can I help you?
Hi, my name's Jeremy. I'm in
Sorry, it's cutting out.
Sorry, can you hear me?
It keeps cutting out, sorry.
Is my phone working out?
Hello?
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 Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you can't hear me? Okay, let's try it again. This is a home phone. It's a home phone. It shouldn't be cutting out.
Welcome to
Hi, it's Jeremy again. Can you hear me better?
I'm sorry, the phone keeps cutting out. I can't hear you. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
You can hear me, but I can't hear you. It keeps cutting out. I can't hear what you're saying.
I don't know what to do. I'm trying to call you for an emergency reason.
Hello?
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 Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to change my phone modes. Can you still hear me yet? Can you hear me now? I don't know what to do. Oh, goodbye then. If I can't get through to you, I'll have to hang up the phone. Then I'm trying to call Legal Aid over and over. Now I've been put on hold, deliberately messed with.
Hello, can I help you?
Hello. Appears my phone is supposedly not working. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can't hear you on this phone. We're going to hang up and can you call back?
I just did. I'll try again. Try this again. Alright, 49. It was doing it on and off Wi-Fi, doesn't matter.
Welcome to the Newcastle Legal Aid Office. Press 1 for all criminal law and police matters. Press 2 for all family law matters and matters involving community services. Press 3 for all civil law matters. To hear these options again,
The line's probably being messed with by the police force and government.
welcome to the Newcastle Legal Aid Office. Press 1 for all criminal law and police. The criminal law.
Good afternoon, Legal Aid. How can I help you?
Good afternoon. Are you able to hear me again?
Yep, can hear you perfectly now.
I'm having big problems with my phone. I believe that my phone is being tapped and messed with. I've got a long, serious problem going on here. My life is in imminent danger. If I can give you like a minute worth to explain.
I'm on reception, so do you need legal aid?
Yeah, urgently.
Which court are you going to?
Sorry? Which?
Have you been charged with something?
Yeah, I've been charged with the very crimes done to me by corrupt police officers. Yes.
Which court are you going to?
Why? I was referred to this number by the Central Coast Community Legal Centre.
It should be Goss that you should be speaking to. What's
Yeah,
your
but
surname?
Martin, M-A-R-T-I-N,
And your first name?
Jeremy, J-E-R-E-M-Y.
J-E-R-E-M-Y.
Yeah, J-E-R-E-M-Y. Yeah.
And what's your date of birth, Jeremy?
13th of November, 1977.
Okay, so this should be a Gosford matter.
Yeah, I've gone to Gosford. This has been going on for 3 years. This is basically an Australian intelligence matter. I'm being targeted by political corruption. I've gone to Legal Aid over 3 years. I've gone to Legal Aid Gosford. They lied to me repeatedly. I went under and they refused to process my application. I went down to Sydney. They threatened me to shut up about it. Then they turned my application down 2 years ago over a lie that they made up. I've been referred to you again.
Because if it's going to Gosford, you need to speak to.
Okay.
If you're going to Wyong, you need to speak to our Gosford office.
Yeah, would you be able to put me through to them, or should I just call them up?
I'll give you the number.
Yeah, is it 43245611?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go call them up now then.
Yeah, you need to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Well, my phone's working now. Called these up before, these guys have screwed me over. These ones screwed me over.
Thank you for waiting. All of our operators are currently busy. Your call will be answered by the next available operator. We are currently experiencing a high volume of calls. Your call has progressed in the queue, so please continue to hold. Thank you.
A queue, let's go play pool.
Good afternoon.
Hi, my name's Jeremy, and I'm seeking legal aid, and I'm in a very dire situation.
So you're seeking legal aid, you're in a dire. What's the issue? Sorry?
Okay, it may take about 60 seconds to explain, because I've explained this many times before. In 2013, I had to go public with my role in the intelligence field a long time ago. Since then, I've been targeted by an extremely corrupt network across multiple government departments involving Housing New South Wales, the New South Wales Police Force, and others. I've contacted everyone. In fact, I previously, 2 years ago, went to legal aid and got messed around, and they refused to actually even deal with my application. Right now, I've been charged by police for crimes that were committed to me, against me, orchestrated by corrupt police officers. I have piles and piles of documents to back up everything. I've been documenting it for 3 years. There have been multiple attempts on my life. It's all on record, over and over. And I've got to have to go to court in a couple of days, on early Wednesday morning. I've been asked by another service that I should ask for an adjournment and contact legal aid, and they've given me your number to call right now.
Okay, well that's what you need to do, because we're not going to, we had a clinic this morning. To get legal advice, we need to see you, you need to come through our clinic. So you need to go to court on Wednesday, ask for an adjournment whilst you seek legal advice. Which court are you due to attend, please?
Wyong.
Okay, so that'll be fine. Now when you get to Wyong Court on Wednesdays, there's usually volunteers down the back of the court on the left-hand side that will assist you in getting an adjournment. So you need to go down there, you need to get to court nice and early, because they like to get it all processed, do it as early as possible.
As I do,
And then they'll go down there, say you're unrepresented, can they assist you in getting an adjournment whilst you seek legal aid? Then what you need to do is on Friday morning, go to our legal aid clinic that we run there at the court. We have our own room.
At Wyong Court?
You get there between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Bring along what they can read in 15 minutes. At this stage, you just need to take along so they can look at it and go, yep. Do you know what I mean?
Some basics, yeah.
Yeah, so don't try and go in there with an armful, of just go with the crucial points, and then from there get yourself some advice on that Friday, and then they will advise advise you how and if we can assist.
Okay. So if I could get some details to write down with a pen. Friday.
Yep. Between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Get there nice and early so you make sure that you get
8:30
in.
to 9. At
Take
Wyong
along
Court.
your take along what's relevant to what you've been charged with.
Yeah. Take along 15 minutes.
Just so that they can have a look at it, and then from there they'll, just be able to let you know if and how and what, and give you their advice of whether we can help or.
Yeah.
That's.
Is that at Wyong Court?
That's at Wyong Court on Friday morning.
Okay, Friday morning. So Friday 8:30 to 9 a.m. Wyong Court. Take along about 15 minutes worth.
Yeah. So whatever you've been charged with. So you're charged with a criminal thing, is it?
Yeah, assault and affray.
Yeah. Okay. So you need to. Yep. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, I have a video recording of the whole incident, so I'll bring that.
Sorry.
Is it okay if I bring a video recording of the whole, an audio recording of the whole scenario?
Look, you'll have to ask the solicitor on the day. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'll bring my laptop and a CD just and a transcript of it.
Yeah, well, they just need to know roughly, and then there's so many things you've got to go through. This is just basic advice, this appointment for this Friday.
Basically, I've been framed in corrupt courts, and I have piles of evidence of corrupt courts. This is international security serious, and I've got piles of documents. I've been running around with 100 gigabytes of data. I've already uploaded it all. It's all safe, backed up in safe locations. But basically, there's no rule of law here. I've gone through courts over and over. They just frame me and make it up as they go. And they've already kidnapped and tortured me, and they've done horrific things to me already. And that's what they're trying to do over and over. So this is really, it was really dire. Right, so I'll turn up. Hopefully on Wednesday I can get an adjournment, and then I'll turn up Friday.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Is there anything else advice you can give me?
No, that's all you need to do at this stage.
Okay.
Okay, so good luck with all of that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Bye. Okay, now the other one. Done this for 3 years, round and round in circles. Central Coast Tenancy Advisory Service. I'm so tired.
You have contacted Central Coast Tenants Advice and Advocacy Service. You have either run outside our advice times of 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday to Thursday.
That's not it.
Or our advocate are currently on other calls.
It's 1 p.m.
Please leave your name, phone number, and we will ring you as soon as possible. Alternatively, you can contact us via our webpage on www.cctaas.com.au. If you are calling outside our advice times and your matter is urgent, please contact Fair Trading on 133220.
133220. 133220. This is urgent, so I'll be calling 133220. You all got it right? Here I go. I was just at Fair Trading actually the other day. Here I go again. Calling Fair Trading.
Welcome to South Wales Fair Trading.
It's the same dude.
As our options have recently changed. To speak with a customer service officer, please select from one of the following options.
If you are calling about the New South Wales Government's Fuel Check website, please press 1 now. For all other inquiries, please continue to hold to hear further Fair Trading options.
For all bond, tenancy and strata inquiries, press 1. For all home building inquiries, including renovation.
If you are calling regarding a rental bond,
press 1. For all tenancy and renting inquiries, including residential parks and boarding houses, press 2. For all strata and community...
2.
Your call may be recorded for quality and coaching purposes.
Oh, yes, I know it is.
Tell the officer if
Coaching
you do not want
Anonymous.
to be recorded. Thank you.
If they're going to step up and do something about this.
As soon as possible.
Put my life on the line for it. For 3 years I have. It cost me absolutely everything. And they're probably going to kidnap me and torture me now. Because no one stood up.
Thank you for continuing to hold. Information on all fair trading services, including fact sheets, brochures and forms, are available through our website at www.fairtrading.nsw.gov.au. We apologise for the delay and we will be with you as soon as possible.
I feel like I'm going to throw up and pass out. Nausea. I'm so tired.
Welcome to Fair Trading. You're speaking with Norma Marie. Can I please start off with your first name?
Hi, my name is Jeremy. J-E.
Jeremy, how can I help you today?
Okay, I'm in an emergency situation. I've explained this many times before, so if we can just do a 60-minute run-through, a 60-second run-through. 3 years ago, I had to go public with my role in the intelligence field and a lot of things involving whistleblowing. Ever since, I've been targeted by an extremely corrupt network of corruption within the Australian government, involving multiple government departments, especially the New South Wales Police Force and Housing New South Wales Wyong. I think this phone call I'm making now is supposed to be in regards to the tenancy regarding Housing New South Wales Wyong. I've been targeted, bullied by Housing New South Wales Wyong. They're trying to evict me. They've been stealing money out of my bank account. They've been bullying me with constant legal order threats. They're using thugs to harass me through, some of them who live in this unit complex, and they put in here to harass me over this. I've got terrorist threats on camera. For 3 years, I've been documenting everything. My life is in imminent danger. I've been on the run for quite some time. There's a long story here. And I'm constantly being taken to court. They don't even turn up to court. They just make lies up and they get away with it because it's all corrupt. They get away with everything. I've been doing this for 3 years and I've documented piles and piles of evidence.
Okay.
But as one thing I should add, I've got a long list of tenancy violations by my landlord. None of what they say, they're lying about everything. They've entrapped me over my car. I can't go near my car. They've made it so that they've damaged my car so that I can't register it. And then if I go near it, I get corrupt police threatening me at gunpoint. I get terrorist threats. I get housing threaten me if I go near my car, which they're entrapping me with by a technicality, by saying, okay, therefore my car's not registered. They can steal my car, and therefore if I can't move it, they can evict me.
Okay, so what is the call about today? What can I assist you
regarding extreme harassment by Housing New South Wales? This is not just a complaint against other tenants here. It's a complaint against Housing New South Wales. Wow.
Okay, so you feel that you've been harassed?
Extremely. I don't feel like I've got piles and I've got like up to almost 100 gigabytes of footage and everything and documents. It's really damning. But there's no rule of law here. I've gone through court after court.
Do you feel that you've been discriminated against?
Oh, heavily, yes.
Okay, so it is a breach of the anti-discrimination laws for a landlord to discriminate against a person by refusing accommodation or providing an inferior service of the grounds of. Now, I need to double check something in relation to housing. Do you mind if I place you on a very quick hold?
Oh, that's fine. However long you need to take.
Your name was Jeremy, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Okay, just bear with me one moment. I'm going to place you on a very quick hold.
Okay, thank you. Who knows, I might have another police siege while I wait. Hopefully not. discrimination. There's so many levels of discrimination here. It's ridiculous.
Jeremy, thank you kindly for your patience. I really do appreciate it.
No problem.
Now, because you have informed me that it's various government companies that you're feeling that they're discriminating against you, what I can do is I'm going to transfer you through to the New South Wales Ombudsman.
I've already contacted them repeatedly over 3 years.
Okay, I mean they're the best people to speak to in relation to government sectors. However, I can also put you through to the Tenants Advice and Advocacy Services.
I've spoken to them. I've been going around in circles. I've got a long list of people I've spoken to.
Okay, so the New South Wales Ombudsman is someone who's quite high up there.
Yeah.
Who you do complain in relation to any government sector.
Well, what I've done is I've contacted them repeatedly. I have all documents proving it. They have ignored me, turned me down. I've run around between them, Police Integrity Commission, ICAC, ASIO, I mean, everyone. I've been doing this for 3 years, and they all cover for each other. And I've been ended up being referred to.
As much as I'd love to help you and assist you,
So what about?
There's nothing much that I can do in relation to social housing. There are people higher up there that will need to deal with this, such as the New South Wales Ombudsman and the Tenants Advice and Advocacy Services who deal with social housing tenants.
And what about the social housing services who are corrupt and bullying me and making fraudulent legal orders against me?
Yeah, so that's who you need to speak to, the New South Wales Ombudsman.
Okay, so speak to the Ombudsman about housing, and I'll speak to the other ones about the tenants. Is that right?
Well, no, in the New South Wales Ombudsman deals with all government sectors.
Yes, but there is a tenant problem, and there is a Housing New South Wales problem. They are tied together.
Speak to the Tenants Advice and Advocacy Services in relation to the tenants.
Yeah.
However, are those tenants, do they have the same landlord as you?
Yes.
Okay, so it's something you need to speak to the landlord in relation about?
Yes, and the landlord is the problem. The landlord is using these thugs to get to me. Has been doing it for 3 years, and it's all heavily documented.
The Tenants Advice and Advocacy Service would be the best people to speak to. What I'll do is I'll give you the contact number for the New South Wales Ombudsman, and I will put you through to the Tenants Advice and Advocacy Services.
Okay, thank you. I've got a pen now. Yep.
Okay, so the New South Wales Ombudsman is 9286.
I'll just write it again. I've got this. Anyway, so 926.
So 9286.
9286.
1000.
1000.
And what's your postcode there?
2261.
The Tenants Advice and Advocacy Services number is...
Just write the name down. 1 sec. Tenancy. Hang on a second. Central Coast Tenancy Advisory Service.
That's correct.
I've just spoken to them. They referred me back and referred me to you.
Okay, so they're the ones that put you through to us? Okay.
It's hard to keep track of this time, but I've already called that number.
Well, they
So I'll call them back.
to talk to because they're the ones that deal with the housing tenants.
Okay, so 43535515.
That's correct. Now, did you want me to put you through to the New South Wales Ombudsman?
Yes, please.
Sure, just bear with me one moment.
Round in circles, round in circles, round in circles. Every day for 3 years.
New South Wales Ombudsman.
Hi, my name's Jeremy. I'm in a very dire situation. I've previously tried to contact the Ombudsman in some dialogues that happened 2 years ago. If I could give you a 60-second run-through that I have
Jeremy,
become...
it's not for me. I'm just a reception. Which state government agency or local council is it about?
You asking me or?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we look at state government agencies and local councils.
Yeah, who's the problem, you mean? Do you want me to? Okay. Multiple government departments, but basically it's Housing New South Wales, the New South Wales Police Force, and a variety of local courts.
Okay, I'll pop you through to an inquiries officer.
Okay.
Jeremy.
This call will be recorded for quality assurance.
I don't understand what's going on there.
Please speak with the officer who answers your call.
Spoke to the Ombudsman and I was into him.
Thank you.
Too tired.
Thank you for holding. Our inquiry officers are still busy. Please hold and they will speak with you as soon as they can.
At least my phone's not being disrupted again.
Thank you for holding. Our inquiry officers are still busy. Please hold and they will speak with you as soon as they can. Thank you for holding. Our inquiry officers are still busy. You can continue to hold and they will speak with you as soon as they can. Or, if you wish, you can leave a message by pressing 0 now.
It's ridiculous. I've been doing this for 3 years.
Thank you for holding. Our inquiry officers are still busy. You can continue to hold and they will speak with you as soon as they can. Or, if you wish, you can leave a message by pressing 0 now.
Usually just making one of these phone calls ends up in attacks against my life and a whole campaign against me. Don't tell me it's hung up.
New South Wales Ombudsman Alex speaking.
Hi, my name's Jeremy. I'm in a very dire situation here. If I can give you like the 60-second run through.
Yeah, no, take your time.
Thanks. Because I mean, there's a long history of me calling one group after another, but here I am at the Ombudsman. Okay, 3 years ago, I had to go public with my role in the intelligence field, whistleblowing and things like that.
Yeah.
I've been targeted to the extreme by a network of extreme corruption within multiple government departments, including and especially the New South Wales Police Force and Housing New South Wales, Wyong. I've documented it extensively for 3 years. I have previously contacted the Ombudsman and gave them piles of evidence, piles of very damning evidence over this. I've contacted everyone, the Police Integrity Commission, the Ombudsman, ICAC. ASIO have been involved. There's a retired Australian diplomat who's been framed in connection to this. He's a fellow victim, and he was successfully framed in the same way I'm being framed. So basically, I've been attacked by especially the New South Wales Police Force and Housing New South Wales Wyong, but working in tandem with others. I have a long list of bizarre legal order threats against me. They've set thugs onto me. There's a long history here, a lot of documents over it. My life is in imminent danger. I've been effectively on the run. I've got a long list of court cases that fraudulent court cases are making up against me. In 2 days, I have to go to court again over defending myself against a thug attack, yet another thug attack where the police are trying to frame me as retaliation for trying to contact the media and publicly giving the media evidence. But I've gone through courts. It's all entirely corrupt. There's no... Do you get the idea?
Yep.
That's just the gist of it. There's so much stuff here that I've got.
Jeremy, is it okay just so I can look at the notes on our system?
Yeah, you might have some history there still there. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Is it okay if I get your surname?
Yeah, Martin, Martin.
Thank you very much. Okay, go on.
Yeah, okay, so I've been kidnapped and extensively tortured over this by corrupt police officers. This is as bad as it gets. Like, this is a horror story that you need to see to believe. You need to see the evidence to believe it. But right now I've been referred to you in. I've got so much going on, so many phone calls I have to call over different complaints because I can't make one simple complaint.
Yeah.
And this particular phone call is in regards to Housing New South Wales, Wyong, who have framed me from entrapped me from every angle. They've got thugs after me. I'm harassed every day. They turn a blind eye to what the thugs do. Some of these thugs are the ones that they've brought into the my unit complex to harass me. I receive terrorist threats regularly. I get attacked regularly. My property vandalized regularly. They stand outside my home laughing and taunting me all day, every day, trying to bait me for something they can spin. All day, every day. It's backed off a little bit now since their last attack, because I stood up and defended myself, and now I have to answer to police charges, corrupt police charges, making up a fictional story. Well, I've got the whole thing on record, proving that they're all liars. However, I go to court over and over, and they turn a blind eye to evidence every time, and they just go act on hearsay. There's absolutely no rule of law here. This is involving multiple government departments. Now, because of what the work I used to do, if you were to go through it, you'd see the seriousness of this. There's a lot of bad people who operate covertly through networks, right? But when I went public, it has stirred up a hornet's nest of corrupt, low-life pieces of crap. And they have targeted me because of what I do. I'm basically they would treat me like their nemesis, basically. They won't give up, they won't stop, and my life is in imminent danger. I've been repeatedly going through courts, and there's no rule of law whatsoever.
Jeremy, have you raised these concerns that you've currently been having with housing?
I have raised my concerns with every government department, every watchdog agency I can find for 3 years. I've documented everything I can of my attempts to. I've got a lot of documents that I can give. I've actually got the total is almost 100 gigabytes. It's footage, documents, you name it. That's quite large. A lot of most of it's backed up in safe locations far away. I have some of it locally, which is far more than enough anyway, that I carry with me. I've given a lot of this to ombudsmen in the past, and I was given the runaround, and then I was ignored when I contacted the Police Integrity Commission. They said that they passed it on to the ombudsman, and I never heard back. And then I got threatened by police.
Can I get your phone number?
I'm not at home all the time because I'm on the run, but I'll give you my phone number in case I am. 43 34 27 17.
Thank you very much.
Now, I might be gone in a few days because of all these court cases they're taking out against me.
When's your next?
The next court case is on Wednesday, 2 days away.
Okay. Have you got legal advice about that?
I've tried legal aid repeatedly over 3 years, and I was even threatened at one stage not to talk about what was being done to me by legal aid in Sydney. In legal aid in Gosford, they delayed me every step of the way, and then they end up confessing that they wouldn't process. They refused to process my application and wouldn't tell why.
Okay, Jeremy, what's the
I've just spoken to legal aid. I need to add this actually. I spoke to legal aid a short time ago, and they say that I should turn up to court, ask for an adjournment if they'll give me one, and then turn up to court again on Friday to speak to some legal aid people who sit in the court. So that's their advice to me so far.
Like a duty solicitor.
I'm not sure how that works, but someone in court that's if they even grant me an adjournment, which I doubt because they've been framing me repeatedly in these corrupt courts, and I'm not the only victim here.
All right. Have you ever spoken to Law Access before?
Sydney, yes, in Sydney. I used to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I was just going to say, if you're getting worried about turning up to court and asking for an adjournment and stuff, they often could be a good call just to get some quick information from them.
I've pretty much been talking to everyone I can for 3 years. What happens is, certain bad people hear about my complaints, and then I get attacked for the trouble. But at this stage, it doesn't matter because I'm screwed at this. They've cornered me from every angle. I've been repeatedly attacked. I'm injured. I'm extremely fatigued because these thugs that they have harassing me all through the night, holding a drill against my wall, loud music, constant terrorist threats against me, you name it. Like, I don't get any sleep, and I've pretty much been on the run.
But I have. So
moment? Is it housing and all the noise and the harassment?
My big problem at the moment is all of it together. It's hard to say which is more. I'll give you a really quick short list. I have thugs harassing me every day, being protected and encouraged and used by the New South Wales Police Force and Housing New South Wales to try and get me to try and prevent me from being able to defend myself in court and to constantly harass me like they have been for 3 years. I have Housing New South Wales, Wyong, trying everything trick in the book they can to evict me and fine me. They have actually stolen a lot of money out of my bank account, which I've got documents of them giving it back. They send me legal threats in the mail all the time over things that I've never done and for things that they're orchestrating against me. They've entrapped me with my car through a technicality in order to try and evict me, which I have no power over, and they know that. I've got all the documents to prove it. Then I have the New South Wales Police Force. They try. I know for me to say these things, it might sound unbelievable, but I've got all the documents to prove it. The police actually tried to have me run down by a car 2 days ago, and this is a regular thing. So it's mainly New South Wales Police Force, Housing New South Wales Wyong, and third party thugs that they operate through.
Yeah, Jeremy, have you so are they trying to evict you at the moment?
They're trying to evict me. They're trying to harass me, disrupt me, anything they can to just vandalise me as much as they can. They've been doing this for 3 years, and for some reason, in recent months, they've become very desperate. And they're coming at me from every angle, from all kinds of legal threats and everything.
Become desperate at the moment. So
yeah, I expect.
In the eviction process.
Sorry.
Yeah. Where are things in the?
They have just done Housing New South Wales Wyong have just done a court case against me, right? Where they're to try and force me to move my car, which they've organised the vandalism of and protected the vandal of it. So the vandal that they're protecting guards my car all day, every day. And if I go near my car, I get terrorist threats, I get attacked. They group attack me, and police come over and join in.
Yeah.
If I go near my car. I've actually have legal orders by police now that I'm not allowed to say a word back to them. They're allowed to just stand out my home, front of my home and do this all day. I've got all the police documents to prove it. And they're allowed to do this to me. I'm not allowed to say a word back. And so basically, they tried to say that because my car's not registered, which they won't let me register it because they've damaged it repeatedly and won't let me near my car. Therefore, they can pull a technicality and say, okay, I have to move my car. But they won't let me move my car while taking out the legal order. You get what I'm saying?
Jeremy, I want to ask you some questions, if that's okay. So apart from the business with the car, has there been anything with eviction? You mentioned that before.
I've been threatened with evictions for bizarre reasons for 3 years. They change their story every day. But this eviction nonsense lately would be in regards to me not being able to access my car. Okay. Apparently because my car's not registered, which they've orchestrated, it's not registered and it's in a parking spot. Therefore, I have to move it. So they took out a court case against me to force move my car, to make a legal order to force move my car. I gave piles of documents of their corruption, their lies, and how I'm being framed and entrapped. They didn't even turn up to court. So the judge, the corrupt judge, he freaked out and he made me wait in an empty courtroom all day while he frantically ran around calling all over the state to try to find someone who would be my imaginary accuser for the day. I grilled them for an hour and a half. They had nothing to say in their defense. Basically, caught red-handed. So they just and the judge just turned a blind eye and just granted them all everything they asked for in the first place, despite the fact that they'd abandoned their case. Yeah. This is what goes on all day, every day.
Can I get? Where are you at the moment?
I'm at the entrance.
At the entrance. Can I get your address?
Yeah, that's just the phone number. I can't stay here for long because every time I stay here I get harassed. So my address is Unit 8 at 75 to 77 Oakland Avenue. The entrance.
Okay. Now look, you say that you've brought up some of these issues with the ombudsman before, all right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing much that came of it. Look, when a decision's made about something as part of procedural fairness, you can always ask for a review of that.
Well, what happens is it gets passed. It either never happened or it gets passed around back and forth. It was passed around between the Police Integrity Commission and the Ombudsman back and forth a number of times, and it always gets lost in transit. You get what I'm saying?
Well, look, it is definitely something that if you want to write to us about, all right.
I don't have time. I don't have the ability to. My life is in imminent danger. I'm about to be framed in a corrupt court again, where an foreign Australian diplomat was already previously framed in the exact same court, in the exact same situation, and I've got all the recordings of it.
What's happening at court, I think you do need to follow the legal advice that you've received there from Legal Aid.
Yep.
If you are getting a bit worried about that as well, it would be a good idea to call Law Access too.
I've already dealt with them.
Okay. I can't give legal advice.
Yeah,
there, so
the legal aid have told me to go to the court on Friday and to ask for an adjournment. That's as I said before. So on Wednesday I go to court. Either you give me adjournment or not, whatever the case, I'll ask for that. And then if I'm still around by Friday, I'll turn up to the court. But in the matter of Housing New South Wales Wyong, I've been referred to report that to you. But I want to report all of it. I've got all the documents.
Yeah, well, look, with what's happening with housing, you can submit that to us. I mean, generally speaking, we would say go to the client feedback service.
Yeah, and I've done all that for 3 years. I've reported to everyone. Yeah, like okay. I've gone to every government watchdog agency and so is my friend, the retired Australian diplomat. He's done the same thing. He ended up going to ASIO even, reporting footage that I recorded of terrorist threats by these thugs, making clear bomb threats, and then you report it, and then police come around, threaten you and telling you not to talk about it.
Well, look, with what's been happening at housing, you say you've been having some issues there, and you have tried.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of documents behind it. Yeah, and I have tried every avenue.
You can write to us about that, all right?
Email.
With the legal stuff, I'd say follow along with the advice you've been given by Legal Aid.
So in regards to my complaint about Housing New South Wales Wyong and the New South Wales Police Force, I've already gone through every avenue, and I've been doing it for 3 years, and I've got all the documents to prove it. So here I am. I've been referred to you by another agency again.
Jeremy, the most I can say to you is if you want to make a complaint with us, you have to write to us. But
yeah, in what way? In written letter,
you want to do that.
In physical letter or email or either?
Yeah, no, email's fine.
Okay.
Or physical letter.
Can you give me the?
Would
you be able to give me the address to email to?
Yeah, no problem. So have you got a pen and paper?
Yep.
Okay. So it's NSW.
NSW.
Yep. OMBO.
OMBO. At.
OMBO.
OMBO.
Dot NSW.
NSW.
Dot GOV.
Dot GOV.
Dot AU.
Dot AU. So New South Wales Ombo at ombo.newsouthwales.au.
That's correct.
Okay. Should I link you to because there's so many documents and piles of gigabytes. Should I link you to uploaded videos or something, or send in a large upload itself?
Order the complaint. You do need to provide evidence. Okay.
Yeah. How would you like me
If
to?
it's a great deal of evidence, obviously there's a point to that which is reasonable or not. Okay. So if your current issue, you feel that housing isn't doing enough to address the thugs.
No, they're not just doing enough. They are behind the thugs, and they are the ones harassing me. For political reasons. I'm being discriminated against for political reasons because of my position in whistleblowing and the intelligence field a long time ago.
Yeah, look, you can write to us. I mean, how you...
I'm under political persecution, basically.
Is up to you.
How would you like the files? Should I upload in a very large upload, or should I link you to online videos, or what? How would you prefer the information?
The evidence that you provide and how you do that is up to you.
So it's okay to do that either way. So I can give you links if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'll be easy if I can just give you links. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. You have a good day.
Thank you. Bye. I think the circle is done for the moment. I have to email and whatever the hell else. been doing this for 3 years, and it usually ends up with me being attacked. Like I usually don't do this many phone calls at once. Maybe one or two at a time, one organisation at a time. Even then, give it up to 2 weeks, I get counter-attacked. Alright, stopping recording for now.
Jeremy, this is the mental health line. My name is Pam. I had a call from the Member of Parliament today, David Mehan. I'm just ringing to see if you need any mental health support at this time. Could you please contact us on 1800 011 511 if you need mental health support. And if you don't, could you let us know that you're not requiring it? Thank you.